Good morning and welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a creepy way to start a video, and my ears are still plugged up. But we are here in Pittsburg at the grave of Andy Warhol. It does seem a little creepy going up this way. We could go the other way and walk up the path, but I want to take this way. This is 100% the right place. The Lyft driver did have a lot of direction issues. But this is just kind of an out of the way, pretty obscure little plot of land. So there is basically two entrances. There's one down there behind those trees that you can kind of see. And there's one over here behind that fence, or that fence is the entrance. So what I want to show you before we head over there, there are two webcams, or earth cams, whatever you want to call them, that are focused on Andy Warhol's grave at all times. One is located at earthcams, like website earthcams.com, whatever, and one is, well, they're both located at his museum's website. So that is a little different than most cemeteries. They point right straight to the Warhol family plot. Let's go over and take a look at Andy Warhol's final resting place. There's a Warhol over there. Oh, people have been bringing him some things in the last couple days. I did watch the webcam for the last couple days. Oh, that's pretty neat. There's his father and his mother. Oh gosh. Yeah, his father died well before his mother. Mother didn't die till November of 1972. I did notice too there was some other Warhola over there. I think I want to go take a look at that quick. Very much more recent. John and Margaret, I don't know if those were close relatives. But this is just steps from Andy Warhol's grave and his parents' grave. Andy Warhol, someone's grave that I have wanted to visit for a long time. I was a big Andy Warhol fan, still am a big Andy Warhol fan. His style and his uniqueness probably put him among the most iconic pop culture artists of our time. And here's his grave. I do have something to put in there later. Andy Warhol was a film director, producer, and of course an artist. He was a leader in the pop art movement, maybe one of the most influential artists of the entire pop scene. Born August 6th, 1928. Passed away February 22nd of 1987. He was born right here in Pittsburg, the youngest of 3 boys. His father and mother's gravestone, headstone is right there. And when Andy was a boy, he suffered from a neurological disorder. It was known as St. Vitus dance. It's kind of like having tics. He had a skin condition that came along with it, so people would call him names, you know, and he would stay home a lot because of his tics and stuff. But he attended what is now Carnegie Mellon University from 1945 to 1949, and that's right here in Pittsburgh as well. But his first pop art painting was in 1961, which basically started building his notoriety. Like the soup cans and stuff like that. That was like in 1962, and then he did Coca-Cola bottles, and he did Brillo pads. In 1963, he began doing his celebrity silk screenings, and then later in the 60s, he really got into like filmmaking. So he made some underground films, as they called it back then. One called My Hustler, one called Eat, one called The Chelsea Girls. There was a few other ones. Not really raunchy, more just really artistic. I like that people have left him some pretty colorful things. I did bring something to leave. I'll show you that in a minute here. But in 1968, Andy Warhol was almost killed by a woman named Valerie Salinas. She was one of the hanger-arounds at the factory in New York. She shot him in outside of the elevator that they rode up into the factory one day together. And but he lived, and he had a very long and painful recovery, but some people said he was not the same after that. But in the 80s, he did get back into the swing of things, and he was just as popular as ever, basically. But he went in for gallbladder surgery. He came out with some complications, and he eventually died in his sleep from it was what they called a sudden post-operative irregular heartbeat. And this is his final resting place. Rest in peace, Andy Warhol. Definitely inspired me in photography. I love still do love photography, especially when I travel. I love taking videos and I love taking pictures. So now let's head into downtown Pittsburgh and celebrate a little more of Andy Warhol's life and works. So here we are downtown now. We're going to be crossing the 7th Street Bridge. The 7th Street Bridge connection to Andy Warhol is, it's named the Andy Warhol Bridge. It was named the Andy Warhol Bridge in 1997, I believe. The bridge itself was opened in 1926 as the 7th Street Bridge, but it was changed to the Andy Warhol Bridge in 2005. There are 3 bridges, almost identical. Off to the left, that is the Robert Clemente Bridge, or the 6th Street Bridge. And that takes you right to PNC Park, where the Pittsburgh Pirates play. And then this is the Andy Warhol Bridge. And across the way, I believe you can see it just across the water there. That is one of the 3 sister bridges. And that's called the Rachel Carlson Bridge. I believe it's the 8th Street Bridge. So let's traverse the bridge. And on the other side of this bridge on 7th Street is the Andy Warhol Museum. This is the only bridge in the United States named for a visual artist. It spans the Allegheny River, which is one of the 3 rivers that connects here right by the ballpark. I think it's the Ohio, the Allegheny. The other one is hard to pronounce. I can't remember the name of it. It's about 1,000 feet long, about 1,061 feet long to be exact, I guess. Let's stop and get a few pictures before we get all the way across. And we are coming up to the end of the 7th Street Bridge. arrived at the Andy Warhol Museum. This is what I got to eat. A little turkey sandwich. Some aioli. She gave me some corn chowder to try. I 100% underestimated the corn chowder. That is super delicious. Alright, let's eat up so we can get in to the museum. I really underestimated the food here. Both of those are so good. Well, he told me to start at 7 and work my way down. So here's 7. There's one of his very first famous silk screens. It's called Do-It-Yourself Sailboats. From 7 to 6. It's very quiet in here. I am kind of a fan of the Brillo pad art. '62 is when he began his silk screen printings. The very famous flowers. I don't recognize these ones, but some of his best work, I think, was when he combined the acrylic and the silk screen and did it on linen. Here's a really cool one of Willie Shoemaker. These are interesting. Alright, well that was well worth it to me. The $25 admission fee was nothing compared to some museums that I've been to, especially art galleries or art museums. This was 7 levels of everything from his birth to his death. Even the cafe was really good. I enjoyed the food there. It was surprisingly good. But yeah, if you're into any kind of pop art or pop culture art or any type of Andy Warhol fan at all, I think you will enjoy it. So remember, if you do like these style videos, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow night.